Hello, this is Stephanie from Burlap Kisses. A few years back, I shared a fun post of a hot air balloon. I was just starting out in the blog world, and I've gotten a lot of views to that. So today I wanted to show you part one of this hot air balloon. We'll be making the gift box today here, just using some cardstock and some glue. So first thing, you want to start out with an 8-inch square piece of cardstock. I'm using the Pure Poppy from Paper Tray Ink. You got 8 inches. And I went ahead and scored it at 1, 3, 5, and 7 inches. Then I turned the cardstock 90 degrees, scored it again at 1, 3, 5, and 7. Okay, so my score marks are already done. What we're going to do is cut off the outer panels, but we're going to leave the center of each one. And when I start cutting, you'll be able to see. It's hard to see in this video, I know, so we'll be cutting just the outer parts of that. And I'm just leaving the centers of each end. And I'm just going down to that first score line and not going past that. Then I'm going to start cutting away those ends there. So you have two little pieces, and then you'll turn it and you just have the one there. And you can see it's already starting to take shape. You've got the little tabs sticking out of each side. Okay, now you can just throw those pieces away or save them for scraps. Okay, so now you want to get your Martha Stewart scoreboard, and you're going to make another score line in a diagonal. So you're going to line up one of the box corners with the 4 1/4 mark. And you're going to go ahead and score at all 4 corners there that I showed, and you're not going to want to go past the first score line again. I'll try to zoom in and see if I can't make it clear for you. So that's where I'll stop. So you'll have a crease right there. So you're kind of making that square, scoring it in half. And you're going to do that on all 4 corners. Again, line it up at the 4 1/4 mark. Score just down. 4 1/4 again. And last one. Okay, now you're going to get some scissors and you're actually going to cut in a diagonal where the parts where you just scored. I'll grab my scissors, and so we don't want that square on the end. And we'll just cut right a little triangle off. We're going to go ahead and do that on all of the score marks, or the squares that we just scored. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and fold all my score lines. Make sure that there's a good crease on all of them. And those little middle pieces will go into each other there. And I'll show you how to glue that. And the tabs on the end, I wanted them to have some nice decoration, so I'm going to fold them over. And then I'm going to take a border punch, and I'm using a Martha Stewart one. It's a really pretty, elegant punch. And I'm going to go ahead and go off camera and punch all of the edges there. And there we go. And now I want to add some dimension to those to kind of make those edges pop out and not be flat against the box. So I'm using some Cool Tack foam. It's a 3D permanent adhesive, and it's clear, so if you were to look, at the box, you're not going to see those chunky white 3D foam adhesives that I usually use. I'm going to go ahead and cut off 4 pieces of that. This stuff's nice and sticky. Okay, and so you're going to go ahead and flip it over and adhere. Start sticking those onto your flaps and folding the flaps over. And this one started to stick to my finger. There we go. So your flaps will actually be going opposite of how you're folding your box up. So they'll be on the outside. Okay, so those should be nice and sticky. Now we're going to go ahead and start gluing, and what I did is I just folded those in to each other, and I'm going to put some hot glue on inside those tabs. Now I hate the hot glue gun, but this is, you can't go wrong with it. It'll stay tight, and it dries really quick, so nothing moves. I just hate those strings. If you have time to, maybe you could use some tacky glue and sit there and hold it for a little longer to make sure it sets, but I was doing this on camera and we just didn't have time for that. So I'm going the easy way. So I'm going to go ahead and just go around. I got the second tabs, and now you see there's some little triangles on the inside. I'm going to go ahead and glue those to the side. And then we'll go ahead and glue those triangles down. And glue the last little tabs together. And glue that triangle down. And then there you have your little box. It'll be on the bottom of your hot air balloon. Now I wanted to add, I'm taking off all those silly strings and gunk that the lovely glue gun adds to your project. I wanted to add something to the front of the box. So I, just like this one here, I used some spellbinders. I have a scalloped ovals, and I used, I think it's this, not the smallest, but the second from smallest one. I went ahead and die cut that in that pretty floral pattern. It's from Crate Paper Heart collection. I'm just looking for where I want my front of the box to be, and I'll go ahead and glue that right on to the front of that. And there we go. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for part 2. We'll start the hot air balloon top. Thanks so much for watching.